Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Cosplay Podcast, episode number 10. Bloody hell, I can't believe I'm still making these episodes. And for once, we actually have a fourth guest. We actually have a full house.
Hello.
Yeah, there was a very strong danger this show was turning into, was it Danny, Dave, and Christian show?
With occasionally Jake.
I don't mind Jake. Jake is a consummate professional. He's a proper thespian, you know.
He certainly is. Yes. And he's playing the bad guy Panto this year as well. So if you're down near in sort of Kent Way, go and see him, because I've seen Jake on stage now and he is awesome.
Yeah, he is always awesome. But like I said, we got to do this nice and in order. So let's do the introductions. I am a Squirrel Workshops. Below me is a Rocket Penguin, and down on my right we have is it Heartbound Cosplay?
Yes, it is.
Well, there you go. And we have what's your cosplay play again, Sophie? Sorry.
Kyoto Creations.
Yeah, that's what we got, and that's our introductions out of the way. And it's a bit of a simple show. We have a brief roundup, and I think we should start off. Yeah, we're gonna split it into two halves. We're gonna talk about MCM, otherwise known as #Murder or Worse. Yes, let's. I was going to actually call the whole episode that, but I kind of figured because, well, we're not going to dig into it too much, because then the other half we're going to talk about Cardiff, which is a post-costume and play sort of running it. And yes, Christian, control yourself. Control yourself.
Don't look at me. Don't look at me.
Ah, yes, you got quite a couple of choice things to say about that, don't you?
Unfortunately, yes.
Yes, and Sophie will be the counter to that, because she was actually there.
Yeah.
And she'll challenge these points I was given. But anyway, let's start from the beginning. MCM, or Murder or Worse. Right. This is kind of interesting. This is like I think this is like the most polarized MCM ever, with some people praising the changes, others essentially likening it to the Berlin Wall. Dare I say it? It was like from what I remembered on Sunday, seeing all the barriers and that, I thought, gee, this is an exhibition center or the Brandenburg Gate. I'm not entirely sure, but I think actually let's put it in nice and order. Let's talk about the Premier Inn, shall we? I mean,
even I know about this.
Let's be
the Premier Inn.
All right. Let's all of us agree categorically. We can all agree here that stuffing your room with more than what's legally allowed in a hotel room, that's not really odd, and that is kind of bloody dangerous. And as somebody pointed out, I really would not want to stay in a hotel that sort of turned a blind eye to that. I think we could agree to that, right?
I think so, but we've all actually done it as well.
Yeah, it happens. It happens, but
I remember many years ago, I was actually roadieing for like a friend's band and stuff, and we got 16
sorry.
hotel rooms one night.
Sorry, it's this mental image of you, Dave, being a roadie. That sort of does not compute.
I've got everything I need to be a roadie. You know, I'm smelly. I've got a really big bunch of keys, and you know, I just carry stuff around and then get ignored for the rest of the night. It's brilliant. Have you got your jars of blue M&Ms ready? I wasn't that nice to the stars, to be perfectly honest.
Oh, okay, never mind.
They weren't looking at me. No, actually, genuinely, roadieing was an absolutely brilliant experience. Basically a rapper guy called MC Lars, who I really like.
MC Lars, okay.
MC Lars.
Yeah. No, he's brilliant.
MC Lars is a legend.
He raps about nerdy stuff. He raps about how people should download his songs. He raps about Star Wars and things like that. He raps about Edgar Allan Poe poems.
He wasn't Swedish, perchance, was he?
No.
God, that's disappointing.
He's of Swedish heritage, which is why he picked MC Lars.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, basically he got let down for his transport on his tour, so he just put out on Facebook, hey, anyone want to come on tour with us for a bit? You just need to transport and be willing to take us around, we'll cover your expenses. And so he had a bit of holiday time, went and did it, had an absolutely brilliant time. It was awesome.
Okay. But anyway, we occasionally talk about cosplay, and I think well, I'll be honest.
Cosplay.
I'll be honest, we can categorically agree that stuffing your room illegally is both a health and safety issue and whatever, sorry. Oh, sorry, so you were going to say something, Sophie?
It's manageable I would say if you have one extra person, like
Yes.
if it's a 2-person room, you could do 3, but no. More.
Yeah, we kind of did that at Dragon Con, didn't we, Dave?
Well, no, we were legit at Dragon Con. It's just they didn't give us a folding bed. So yes.
You know what? I didn't care. I mean, the Omi Hotel was that godlike. I mean, it was like that food court, the pool and everything. But again, I think I got to quiet down the Dragon Con thing since I think about 3 episodes. I think every episode since the Dragon Con special, I've just been talking about it all on. Other than it's the most godlike con ever, and
I did like the fact that there was a Bible study group there, like a huge Bible study group there, and then we showed up on that day in all the Gotham villains kit.
that was actually wicked.
We've got some buzzing here, Christian. I think it's your iPod. That's your charger from your iPod.
Phone's gone.
Blissfully, I'm not hearing, which is the most important thing. If I'm not hearing it, that's a good thing. If you guys are hearing it, shame. But and wow, on topic. But the big but is we can be sympathetic towards it because that. Let's be brutally honest. MCM, the hotels, they are taking the mick with hotel prices, which is why inevitably people are.
Yeah.
But as it became apparent, there were hundreds of really stuff in their rooms. So
I'm hearing some crackling and can't really hear people very well.
Yeah, I can't hear you very well, Danny, at all there.
Yeah,
Danny, your mic keeps cutting out.
Really? Can you hear me now?
Yeah, you're better now.
Okay. I'll just keep my big gob close to the microphone.
Right, okay. Yes. So yes, I do have sympathy for the hotels because yes, they do have legal and insurance things they've got to do there. But yeah, they really do take the mick on how much they charge. I mean, my God. Which is why you should go to LSCC because we got our room for the whole weekend for £88.
Yeah, but
Not bad, actually.
I don't think you do that now because I think they've caught on to that.
Yeah, but when we got it though, it was a good deal and we were very quick.
Yeah, I think I should point out that the reason why Premier Inn were probably being a lot more draconian than, well, it's kind of weird how they've let this slide for so many years is because apparently Premier Inn, they have a good night's sleep guarantee and but that's been around for quite a long time now. So, but some of these measures, let's talk about them. 10 o'clock, you aren't allowed any visitors.
I think that's fair because if there's people doing room parties, and let's face it, somebody probably bloody is.
Yeah, but some of the reports I got.
Weeps.
Christian, we've assaulted the weebs for 2 weeks in the episode. I think we should give it a rest now.
No.
No.
They'd ruin everything. They are the reason why the Premier Inn.
Yes, we attacked the weebs while, meanwhile, just right on my desk, I got a copy of Shannone Jump in Japanese. Yes, I am a weeb. I am actually a weeb. All this. Yes, I am.
Guys, we need to leave this podcast now. He might infect us.
Oh, jeez.
Yes, I legit read comics in Japanese because, well, one, they're actually a lot more funnier.
It's like your heritage.
Well, no, I'm Vietnamese. That's as far away from Japan as you can get. But anyway, what were we talking about? Yeah, being sympathetic. Being sympathetic to the people that are overcrowding their rooms. But of course, the measures, as we're getting back on topic, slowly getting back on topic. Yeah, I've been hearing those horrible stories. Yeah, but people were like legit coming in at 11 a.m. to double make sure. And I'm thinking, okay, you're going on grounds of intrusiveness. And one of the reports I got from my sources was that some hotel rooms, they had some legit bookings where they had 2 adults, 215s, but they suddenly changed it to 2 people bookings and they shoved those poor 15-year-olds out. So
I've been hearing that too.
Yeah, so there. I don't know about you. Premier Inn were on a proper rampage to sort of, well, I know we said let's not bash the weebs, to just get rid of the weebs as it appears.
Get rid of the weebs. I'll be happy.
I think if you stood on a political stand, that to get rid of weebos, you'd probably do quite well in the election.
But the Yeah, but the funny thing is,
And they can't vote. Not yet.
not yet. No, but the funny thing, as I was saying, is though, this was polarizing insofar that people welcomed the measure, even the barriering, even though the barriering itself was somewhat controversial, because again, we got reports that some of the disabled con attendees, because some of the disabled ramps were blocked, and I definitely can attest to that when, walking around. Yeah, it was like all of a sudden, nope, sorry mate, you're going to go all around that way, you're going to go all around the green and then back onto the concourse. It's like, wait, what? But
yeah, that was a security guard getting a bit annoying, but that's what security guards
Oh my
do.
God, shall we talk about the security guards? Hold up, I've got quotes. I've actually got some quotes of what, from my source. Yep, she knows who she is. She's a nice little Welsh lass. Oh my God, I can't even do the voice, sorry. Yeah, here we go. Blah, 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 blah. Right. Well, where was the quote? This is quite a horrid quote. Let's put it this way.
Why are we waiting?
Okay, here's the best quote ever. I mean, funny enough, it came from the MCM. It came from the MCM group, which we should take with a
banned.
I think all of us at one point or another is going to be banned. But the thing is, you're not perma-banned. Are you? Okay, that's weird.
I can't even log in. I can't even go on
that's
it.
weird.
It's that bad.
Okay, that's weird because Kenny got banned because, well, he's a troll, but he's a marvelous troll. But he got back on eventually. But anyway, here was the quote. I'm sorry, but I just can't fucking look at you. I don't know what's worse. Points at some random cosplay or you're in a skirt. Yeah, that was security.
Wow. I have to say, I have a couple of things to say on the security at Cardiff as well, because they were a bit... when we were there, they were searching everyone's bags, and they called me out of the line to check all my weaponry. I was dressed as Bucky Barnes, so, I was head to toe in guns, but I was very confused. It's a bit embarrassing, because I was just stood there with my mate dressed as Cap, and all of a sudden this woman was like, and I was like, me? And then, in front of this whole line of people that were waiting to get in. And I was a bit like, this is really embarrassing. So...
Learn the ways of arrogance, Sophie.
That's what I do.
I'm the importance, I'm going to the front.
Yeah, but it's a sad thing though. Security they're an outside factor. The venue, they always hire them, and it's like I've got to be honest. I've only really had a problem with security way back in 2013. I did have a problem with them this over the week, over this weekend. And all right, what about you chaps? Because again, everyone needs to go. Christian, did you have a problem with security?
Oh yeah, I had plenty of problems with security. Oh, that front door, that bloody front door. It's like,
well,
there's
Christian.
no one around.
Oh, sorry.
Or can you hear me?
You're a little bit distorted.
Hello.
No, you're good now. Go on.
Cool. Oh yeah, that bloody front door's an issue. Jesus Christ! It's like, why do we have to go all the way through the other hall to get back indoors?
Because there is a reason for it. The reason is they want to keep traffic flow going one way, so you don't end up with the central corridor just being jammed, and it worked. Even on Saturday, it worked. Because a number of times you've been, the central corridor, because there's people trying to go both ways through it, and it just gets completely gridlocked. So, no, actually, I'm going to disagree with you there. I think what they did and the way they handled it with the two entrances at the side, plus the east entrance, you can get in that way. And
it's just
that's it. But making the main one at the west entrance exit only, I think that was actually a very good move. And it just stopped it being an absolute nightmare, just in that first bit of the main corridor going down from sort of N1 to N5, because normally that's just gridlock, and it wasn't this time. It really worked.
It's just the issue of the south entrance. They were all shut, so you had to either walk through. Yeah, you couldn't go through the side doors.
Yeah, you could. The ones down by the canal. The ones down by the water.
We got told they were shut all Friday and Saturday. So
No. Both days I got in there. Every time I wanted to go, I just went along there. It's a little way along. It's about sort of a third to a half a way along, but never any issues getting through there at all.
no, because when we were there Friday, obviously they had the vaping con at the same time, so they had vaping stands outside on the canal. So we
Wait,
they said
hold
that,
up, vapors? What?
They
There's a
had
vaping
a
con.
cigarette con, including vapors.
You could
Yeah,
do
the
a,
whole
hold up. This is a revelation. You could actually dedicate a whole convention to electric cigarettes. What the hell?
It was all tobacco
went
products. The vapors were a big bit of it.
We went in there and it was hilarious.
I
Okay.
tried to get in there. They wouldn't let me.
What, as the peg? Oh,
Well,
wait.
on the Thursday night at the Fox, some guy left his pass on one of the tables, so we took it. We were like, why not? Let's just go to the vaping con tomorrow whilst we're in there.
Breaking the law. Breaking the law.
Breaking the law. Yeah, but
They even had a vaping after party. It was hilarious.
What the hell? I'm sorry, this is a revelation. How the hell can you dedicate a whole convention? What does one do at an electronic cigarette convention? It'd be like,
it's a trade
There's
show.
also-
That's all it is. It's not a
there was
convention. It's a trade show.
it's like,
There was also a bath. There was a bath convention as well on the Friday as well. Yeah,
But-
so that was funny.
But the thing is that was all.
That was
that was
South
it was just
South
South-
one.
South one.
It was South one to 3.
Yeah,
South one.
Two. Then South 3 along was all MCM. That was the main stall bit, and had some bit in the north side as well. But yeah, again, we were basically you're getting in through by the canal. About halfway down, you come up by the comic village in the main hall. And I went there all 3 days through that. Absolutely no problems, no queue. Just go through there, up the stairs. There's a lift for people who can't use the stairs. No problems, just straight through.
Oh, we got told by front door that yes, south entrance was shut. So it was either north entrance. Or I literally just walked through the car park because I had enough.
Yeah, car park still worked as well. North
I
entrance.
literally just went down the ramp and up through the car park.
Yeah. North entrance worked really, really well for the people coming in, just getting their tickets done, especially on Saturday.
wait, hold on, Kristen. You could go through the car park because I remember that was quite an ordeal because, normally you could go to the car park where the cloakroom conveniently is. Like, no, you can't go here. You're going to go all the way around the block.
Literally, I walked through the car park all week.
Yeah.
It was the quickest route if you want to get from one end to the other without having to go inside.
Yeah, the only issue I had was I couldn't actually park in the car park on the Saturday because it was full, which at 10 o'clock was quite scary. But we went to the overflow car park and it was fine there, so hey-ho.
Yeah, Sophie, just curious. Is this enticing you to go to more MCMs?
No. No, I go to them. I go to Telford, I do Birmingham. I don't do London. It's too far away from me, that's all.
But you don't do any, just to be clear, you don't do any London
I don't go to any London cons, just
or
due to
London in general.
or London in general.
But gee, Sophie, it's the biggest convention in the UK. It's like, because it's big, it's got to be good, isn't it?
No. Just because
What a great attitude. I love it.
of the travel, money, hotel, food, merch cost, it's just too far for me to go.
You've
So I
got
don't
about
do
Londoners
them.
as well.
Hmm?
You've got about Londoners on that list as
Hey,
well.
there's nothing wrong.
And Londoners.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with Londoners. It's not like we're going to insult you in a hotel. Oh crap, that did happen. Okay, let's get that out of the way. Yeah, there was. Do you know what? I'm going to be brutally honest. I'm surprised this does not actually happen often because again,
Same.
London is a pretty rough area. Although oddly enough, I think in the north of England, I think Manchester actually has a higher crime rate. So I'm actually not surprised when we ever go to Manchester, more incidences doesn't happen. But yeah, that was a bit shocking. I mean, again, it was from what I heard, there was contradicting stories. Like there were non-con goers because they were calling everybody nerds or geeks. But apparently, I heard that no, they were actually other fellow con goers, and they just proper assaulted another person in a hotel room. And wow.
Oh, that was a Novotel. Yeah.
Yeah, that's an unfortunate.
I saw that
thing.
Facebook page.
That's a very unfortunate thing. But you have that number of people in a place. Unfortunately, these things can happen, and yeah, The police
No,
got
not
involved.
people.
I do believe the police are dealing with it, and the courts will no doubt deal with it in time. So, not cool, but
Mm.
you know,
In the grand scheme of things, you do think the ridiculous number of people. Yeah, you think about it, 100. Because again, MCM, they like boasting about these large numbers as if that actually makes the con better, which it doesn't. If anything, it makes people with anxiety issues sort of. But
Yeah, this is not Blackpool.
we did.
Oh!
That was last week's. That was last episode. That was the last episode. I think we already covered it in detail, even though it was a little bit inconclusive, and we just ragged on about Dragon Con and everything else being better than England. But anyway.
Oh, shade.
yes, Blackpool has managed to set a new level for cons, right?
No,
The
they put the
bar
con in
hasn't been
cons.
raised; it's been lowered
There
to a
is
truly
a-
terrible, disastrous con.
There is a new con happening in Blackpool, but it's not being run by the same people. It's Star Fury are running a convention in Blackpool.
I don't know about you, but I think Blackpool is really cursed because it's like I think what is it? Even Nathan Fillion, my idol.
Oh, that video that I sent you was hilarious.
Yeah, Nathan Fillion did not have pleasant things to say about Blackpool.
That was the best video. That was the best question ever. I was like, I
So
love that
now
question.
this Blackpool convention will go around. I mean, okay, I think the what happened with Nathan Fillion happened almost a decade ago.
It was like about 2003. It was
Yeah,
his,
yeah,
it was his
decade
first con. That's hilarious.
First
Yeah.
con is Blackpool.
Oh dear.
Yeah, it's his first. It was like it was first UK con after the success of Firefly, and basically the hotel he stayed in, he literally said it was literally like a cesspit, and it was like, "Thank you, Nathan Fillion, you are a god." Yeah, back to the hotel issue. This because we went off topic again.
We
Yeah,
never.
but it's good. But it's fun going off topic. If we're going to derail, at least we can entertain the people that are going to put up with our smug faces for the next hour and a half, if we make it that far.
Yeah, with the I can understand where Premiering are coming from, because obviously they got to abide by health and safety laws. But
Sorry.
I think something must have happened back in May that must have triggered this.
Yeah.
Because they wouldn't have just gone after so many years of Expo. Oh, we're going to put this into full force. Then something must have happened back in May that it's
Maybe more hotel rooms were destroyed and ruined, and
People complaining about the Weebos partying to 3 a.m. with their J-pop.
Okay, guys. Let's be
what you like.
let's be blunt, guys. From what I remembered, we even talked about this. People were doing cosplay fight clubs on the green.
Oh yeah,
That
Jesus
right.
Christ.
Yeah, people were legit. People were legit having a proper scuffle. This wasn't a fun scuffle. There were apparently a guy almost lost his testicles.
Oh my god.
What an idiot.
So I don't know about you. So that probably might have what prompted essentially the western entrance of XL basically turning into Checkpoint Charlie.
But
Yeah.
I praised the gates because I noticed all weekend how tidy that green was from no rubbish because there wasn't any Weebos.
Yeah, so they
'Cause
even
they are the main cause for rubbish, the noise complaints for hotels, the damage in hotels.
Can we get
Man,
to BBC question time? And just every issue comes up. You
Ah,
gotta
yes,
Weebs.
these weebs, they're ruining conventions.
Yeah. So, Mr. Clark, what is your views of the migrant strike? Well, it's all the
Burn 'em all.
Weebos everywhere.
No, but it reinforced because when we were on our way, because I stayed at the Ramada, we were coming back from the Fox Saturday night, and we're on the west entrance, no, east entrance, because we're at Ramada. Yeah, so we're coming past the green at the back where they did a Marvel DC shoot, and basically it was 20 to 2 in the morning because obviously the clocks went back, so we had an extra hour out and we came back at 22, and they're at the back of the green. There's a guy in a wheelchair and about 20-30 Weebos, and
then all of a sudden, 2 ambulances turned up and a police van turned up because someone, a weebo, jumped into the river. Yes, jumped into the river. This was bloody
Now,
irritating.
Christian, now. It's
I
like
think Darwinian selection will weed out their numbers fairly quickly, though,
Yes.
at this rate.
no, Christian. We can't just accuse everybody that does somebody stupid a weebo. That's how'd you know he was? How'd you know? I don't know. If he was like I don't know. How do you know if he wasn't just a hardcore furry? You know, not a weebo.
They're all the same.
Yeah, because they're hardcore furry. Those fursuits would just sink, I would think.
Yeah, they
Like a
will.
rock. Once they get down by they're
Well,
really heavy.
no, I mean the heads will float, but
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
thinking they have buoyancy, don't they? Would surely that be
I know.
But
Should we
got
try
worse.
some scientific experiments? Yeah, well, furries float.
Can we not, please?
It got worse. On the other side of the Thames, there was a fire engine because they had to get the fire brigade out to help get the guy out of the water. This is why there should be security at XL at night, because people like this is what is causing these more measurements over the con
Well, the
weekends.
thing is, though, dumb people are going to do dumb things no matter where they are. You know, the fact it happened at con weekend, there's every chance. I mean, God, there's a
Yeah, but these-
university tradition, I think, in Durham, is it, where you jump into the river, and Durham's well in the north, and that river is probably bloody freezing. And at the start of term, loads of people jump off a big bridge into the river.
But it's just like it was 22 in the morning. It's like you're wasting police and ambulances time when there could be other things they could be doing in London.
Well, that's
It's
not
like-
MCM. Not MCM's
But-
fault.
Yeah, no, but it's just like these group people were about 15 to 19. You could tell because they were standing outside at 22 in the morning whilst we were going back to our hotel. And they had like a little jukebox thing with their music playing. It's like, really? Do you not have homes to go to? It's like,
Well, evidently they've been.
Shoved out the,
Evidently you've been
they-
shoved out of your hotel where you know in the infamous meme of murder, or you can get murdered or worse because evidently they've been left outside. I don't know. This is kind of a catch-22 situation because on the one hand you would say that's bad, but at the same time you have to argue who actually put themselves in that situation. Oh wait, they did.
this was Saturday, Sunday morning, so it was like no one was getting kicked out Saturday night because we knew people in Premier Inn. We saw they showed us the leaflet. It was hilarious to read. Whereas we're in the Ramada and I got a free upgrade, so I was lucky.
Yeah, I'm curious as to how this will impact the Premier Inn's business. Though I would imagine not much so because again the demand for hotel rooms is still going to be sky high.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, who knows? I mean, what you're talking about there isn't really MCM's fault, though. I mean, I'm just going to go out and say it. I thought it was a very well organised con. I don't think it was up to, say, DragonCon standards, but I think it worked.
I don't think anything ever will be, but yes.
Yeah. I think it worked very, very nicely. I agree with the way they've set up getting people moving to stop that corridor being just a complete traffic jam by having just one-way traffic, really. If you want to get out via the west entrance, well, you can only get out that way. You can't get back in. That worked. I thought the stall areas were not as crowded as they usually can be. Even on Saturday, you can move around fairly easily. I thought that worked very nicely. I thought the food stuff, there's big queues as always, but hey, you can't do much about that.
Yeah.
I thought the Euro Cosplay was an excellent show. The stage was really good. There was a really nice theatre. The sound system worked well. The people spent this much effort on doing these costumes and everything like that, and they got something worthy to show that on. It was really, really good. I really enjoyed it. Bryony did brilliantly. She wasn't placed, unfortunately, but yeah, she was on stage and awesome. It was a really good show. And Sunday, worked absolutely fine. Again, Masquerade worked well. I thought it was all round, a pretty damn good effort by MCN. And I know they get a lot of stick for a lot of things, but
Yeah, in the grand scheme of things, compared to
compared to how it was a year ago, they have really upped their game. They are so much better organised now. And yeah, we had annoyances during the course of the weekend. We had the shirty security guard who made us walk around with all that kind of stuff. But in general, it was fine. We got, they were the security guards were helping with other things, like they lent us like loudspeakers for the Gotham v DC shoot and things like that. So, all in all, I actually think this was a pretty damn good con. And pretty well organised, which is good, because it cost me 50 quid for the tickets, which is quite a bit of money.
For 3 days.
Yeah, for the 3 days priority weekend thing. And actually, because I was in costume on the Friday, and hence I could actually go out in the stalls, I spent considerably more than 50 quid on buying stuff. But I did get some cool stuff. So, but yeah, all in all, I actually will give MCM credit for this one.
Okay.
It worked well.
I agree with you with that.
Okay. Despite
the complaint was always, as always with MCN, it's too big, and we didn't get to see everybody we wanted to see. But
yeah, indeed. The only reason why I went on Sunday was to just look for one particular person, and that sort of that sort of never happened. And yeah, we'll skip that entirely. But yeah, one thing I should point out though, despite all this massive, heavy-handed security and whatever, I had a friend that mailed me, and apparently. I won't even specify gender, but they slipped in. Yep, they didn't even have a ticket. They actually managed to slip in 4 times. So despite all the barriers, all that, they still managed to slip in. And I think the key here is if you're in a costume, you're more likely to slip in than if you're not in costume, because they'll be like, oh yeah, don't worry about that. Because that did happen to me a couple of times. But like every time I was going to like take my bracer off, and it's like, yeah, don't worry about that.
The thing is, especially if you're in a memorable costume, they will remember you. The penguin gets remembered for all the wrong reasons by security.
Anyway, hello, and we're back. And just to wrap up, so if you were a weeb, I guess, and you were under 16, then you probably had a bad time.
Because you were in the river.
Well, yeah, you were in the river. You were in the river having your anime fight clubs and beating people up in hotel rooms. Okay, I know that's a very, very broad assertion, but still. But to the rest of us, despite the fact that it resembled Checkpoint Charlie / the Brandenburg Gate, it was
like that.
It was a fun convention. I mean, yeah, of course it looked militarized. I mean, I'm going to be brutally honest. Do you know what they should do? It's like next MCM May, they should just dress up the security as actual Eastern Bloc security border guards. That would be wicked.
I've got to say, anyone played Papers, Please?
No, but I'm aware where this is going. Yeah.
There's a wonderful cosplayer. The girl was doing the Papers, Please guard, and she had her own little border booth and stuff.
I saw that.
And
yes.
little stamps and things. So I went and stole one of the bits of paper from the stamp, and I was like, "I'm in." And I gave it back.
Before we move on, I do want to say how well the ticket and wristband setup was.
Okay.
Because on Thursday, we got there Thursday, and then Friday morning, I was going to Tesco's, so I'm going from Ramada to Tesco's. It's a long walk.
The long walk, not the lone walk. Yeah, you went in the crappy Judge Dredd
I was
film.
with someone else.
Sorry.
I was with someone else. We went down to Tesco's.
Yeah.
I noticed when I was coming through East Entrance, there's a black notice board, and it's telling you what cons are on this weekend, and it says MCM open 7 till 7. I'm like, what? And I was like, got down to N5, and it was like they had like a barricade going into N5, and you actually could get your wristband between 7 and 10 a.m. on the Friday and the Saturday. On the Saturday it was 7 till 9, but like I loved that because I managed to go to Tesco's 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. on the Friday,
God,
and then 7 a.m.
Dragon Con measures. Damn.
Yeah, basically on the way back from Tesco's, I literally went, well, I got my phone on me, got my ticket with me, so I may as well get my wristband so I can go back to the hotel, get changed, and come back in without any hassle, which I did, and literally it made things so much smoother. And then I noticed on the Saturday how, because I went to Tesco's again that morning, I noticed how rammed the whole of N1 to 3 was with people, and it was chock-a-block. It was like the barricades were like 3 people deep. It was like, yeah, lucky I didn't have to pick up my ticket that day. I felt sorry for anyone being in that queue. But I did love the fact that you could get your ticket 3 hours before event.
It wasn't too bad because my mates were there actually with a normal entry on Saturday, and we got there about 10:30, and they reckon they were queuing for half an hour, which is not too bad at all.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
Past it, it was like 8 o'clock.
I didn't queue at all on the Friday. And the other bit I really thought was a great idea for on the Saturday, for everybody coming on the DLR who had tickets, you weren't going through the main entrance or anything like that. They had a special thing to get you into N5 to pick up your tickets, and you just went into whichever queue. So if you already had a ticket, you go through one way. If you had your wristband already, you go through another way. If you were there, whatever. So basically, yeah, you instead of actually having to go around the front of it, they had a special way into the side, into N5, into the back of it, so you didn't have all the people sort of just crowding to the main corridor. I thought that worked really well.
Yeah, it did. I kind of hope they keep that. Get your tickets 3 hours before the event, because people that come up on a Thursday, it's so much nicer just to get your stuff and then go back to the hotel and then get ready. Because
That's
having to queue up at 10, having to queue up at when it used to be like, oh, you have to be up for 10 or for 9. Like, it was so much hassle to get there so early just to get ready for your ticket. And it's like,
okay.
Dragon Con. Danny.
Yep, Dragon Con. We gotta ration that down, because I think people get the idea now, but the problem is only the select few will cross the Great Atlantic Ocean.
One day.
next year.
One day.
Next year will be as soon as I pay for... Anyway, right.
UK invasion.
Yeah, there is a miniature UK invasion. There's quite a lot of
Shall we stop
getting-
stop making Sophie really jealous of us? Because she's an assassin and will probably kill us.
But I'm an assassin.
Kill Danny first.
Thank you. I invite you on the show, and now you want to kill me? Oh, jeez, thanks, guys.
Well, assassins always fight each other, so...
True.
True, actually. The last couple of games they had. But anyway, right. Just to close off.
You're breaking up again.
Breaking up.
Really? Am I? Oh, can you hear me now? Right,
Right.
we're back again after much technical issues, and I've forgotten the point I was gonna cover. I was gonna go on a big rant about something or another, but no, we're running out of time, and we really must talk about MCM. They've got the World Cosplay Summit, and I know Dave, you have a lot of choice words about this, but the thing I have to ask is, does anybody care? Because I even just mentioned this to Sophie, and it's like, so what does the World Cosplay Summit mean to you, Sophie?
I like watching, like, when the videos come out on YouTube. I always like watching the performances, but other than that, and it would be cool to do it one day, but as far as it goes, that's pretty much as much as I know.
What, so, no, this is it now, because this is an interesting thing, because obviously, Dave, you're massively passionate about it, because the last show you said, Hyper Japan pretty much ran it into the ground, didn't they?
Yes. It wasn't just Hyper Japan, but yeah, they really weren't keen on it. So what's happened? The announcement was made on Sunday that MCN have decided to pick it up. I think it's a really good move on their part, because this is the World Championships of Cosplay, and already the people I've seen online who say they're going to be doing it. I mean, yeah. Danny, have you checked out the latest post from Lex and Laura Sindel?
Oh yeah, they're definitely they're going to do their FF4 with their costumes, and
Can't wait.
it looks. I'll be brutally honest. Anything them two do is always going to be bloody delicious. It doesn't matter. They can just literally close their eyes, feel around. It's like, this is a costume. They do it. We're gonna love it. That's gonna win contest. But my big question is, did play that one. But anyway,
it's an amazing game.
only started from 7, then retroactively went back to 6. But anyway, my whole question is, moving to better venue, a bigger convention, is that really going to raise interest and attendance?
Yes. Firstly,
believe so?
because MCM are going to advertise it, and in fact they have done, and WCS have done this as well. Secondly, people like me, although I'm not at that level, who are very, very passionate about the stage work connected with cosplay, we pick competitions we go to and enter, at least in part, on if we know we're going to get a good stage. And you really, for something like LSCC...
You get a good stage, you mean a nice big spacious stage, not, let's say, 2 picnic tables put together in an upstairs room that's shared by an shared by an artist alley.
Yes, absolutely.
I don't know what I'm talking about, but we'll probably get onto it later.
Absolutely. But the other thing is really good sound system, and MCM will have that. So what it does is it actually encourages everybody to really bring something really strong, and because of the way the timing works on this, basically the MCM is going to be at the end of May next year when they have the qualifier. The final is in July. So essentially, you are going to be bringing to MCM May, if you're the guys getting picked, you're going to be bringing what you're going to be competing in the final is. So you're going to be bringing something really, really epically strong. I think it's going to be a hell of a good show. I don't know if I'm taking part yet. There's a lot of things to sort out. I'd love to do it one year, definitely. But, I'm one way or another, I'm going to be there, because it's going to be well worth seeing, whatever happens. And God's sake, Lex and Laura on stage again. They always bring the epic. And there's other people who haven't publicly announced who I know who are doing it, who are really, really good people as well. Okay. Really excellent cosplayers, and they're really looking to push and do something really interesting. I'm saying really a lot here, I'm sorry, but
you're that passionate about it.
Show,
yes.
And I think whoever gets picked to represent the UK is going to go out to Japan and really storm it. And I think this is a very, very, very positive move. And it's nice to get the UK out there and showing God, hey guys, this is what we can do.
Okay. Before I say my bit, Christian, have you ever cared about this WCS, or it's not a thing for you?
I've always loved WCS, and also meeting Will at MCM this weekend. You both met him. He was the Odin cosplayer.
Oh, okay, yeah.
That suit that built him for 8 months. That was incredible. And he was an ex-finalist from one of the old WCS championships. That's why I loved his work so much. I was surprised they actually managed to get him over. And it's like,
it's crazy.
He was Australian, so I was like, Jesus Christ, they've flown you up far to get you here. And I think he said he was going to think about entering WCS next year, which would be awesome to see because his stuff.
Well, obviously his end, because obviously coming all the way to, the other side of the world would just be a little bit problematic.
Yeah, but his Odin suit, that was just stunning.
It really was.
But not eligible. Not eligible for WCS though.
Well,
should be.
WCS, they're their own competition, and they can make the rules whatever they want to be. And we can whine about being restrictive, but you know what? I think if it does encourage you, and I do actually like their rules for stage work, which is, you get more work marks for being entertaining than you do for being, necessarily completely true to the characters, which is good. And I also like the way that you get marks for... I also like the way that you're not allowed to just use the audio straight off the source material. You've got to actually do something with it. And you can just copy it, but you can do something interesting. So, I do like the rules, at least in that sense. I do think your choice of costumes is restrictive, but hey, it's their competition.
By the way,
they can run it however they like.
Okay, by the way, so Christian, you definitely are interested, so how come you haven't stuck your neck out for this yet?
Have you seen that stuff? I make good stuff, but oh my god!
Yeah, but I think Dave made an interesting point. The last qualifiers we had, the team that went through. I'll let you explain it, Dave, because again, anything I say will sort of come across bad.
Yeah. Okay. So it comes across bad for me. Okay.
Proxy. Sorry.
Yes. When they did the Hyper Japan qualifier last year. Yeah, essentially only 4 teams entered, and I can kind of understand that because getting a team together and all that stuff is kind of complicated. But only 4 teams entered, and at least 2 of the teams were sort of at the sort of cardboard armor level and that kind of stuff, which is completely fine if that's what you want to
Christian, behave
cosplay
yourself.
in. Let me be clear. This is if that's what you want to cosplay in. That is completely fine. However, this is you're meant to be going to Japan to represent the UK on the world stage for the very best in cosplay UK can do. Therefore, unless you are really, really amazing about making armor out of cardboard, it's probably not the way to go about it, may I say. But and the team which won, yeah, it was nice. They were nice costumes, but that's about as far as I'd say. And I wasn't a big fan of their act. It was just kind of an interpretive dance thing, which doesn't really do it for me, to be honest. So I was,
No, it's an
not
opinion.
wanting
It's
to insult them or anything. I
No,
felt
it's an
it
opinion.
wasn't-
Yes.
I felt there was people. How shall I put it? I felt there was not that strong a competition. I do think this will be solved by MCN taking it over because I said it will be a much bigger deal, and we already know some of the people who are getting involved with it. There's going to be a really, really high level of competition. Oh, and one other thing for you, Christian. If you said about that working at that level. Well, enter something like LSCC because certainly for the
I was planning for LSCC.
yeah
but-
for the people who get through to the top 10 at least, it really is a very, very, very high quality competition. And I know lots of people who've done things like Euro Cosplay and EPG and WCS who think it's a really, really excellent competition for that level. So it's basically an incredibly awesome, wonderful, high standard competition, which just happens to be one you can enter by just filling in a form in exactly 45 minutes time, Danny.
Yeah. So
Yeah, which
we
is probably what
best.
I'll be planning to do anyway.
Yeah. So I think we should hastily move on. Actually, do all these.
Got feedback again.
Oh, not again. Oh, bloody hell. Okay, but again, as long as I don't hear it, that's fine. Sorry. But obviously, it's disrupted if you guys can't hear me. But anyway.
You just gotta get really close to that mic.
Okay, guys. You can hear me now, can you?
Yes.
Okay, that's good. Well, before we move on, Sophie,
Yes.
do all these big do all these big contrasts interest you?
Yeah, in a way, yes. I do plan on doing more contests. After winning last week, it is interesting me a lot more. And I definitely want to jump on the stage more, get rid of that horrible stage fright. So if one day, many years in the future, if I ever get to Euro cosplay or something like that, then possibly, yeah, I do it,
The qualifier for Euro Cosplay, just to go quickly in that's going to be at Manchester MCN in July, I think, next year. So that's where they've moved it. So the fact that they've shifted that to Manchester and put MCM London, the headline act, on the Saturday at MCM London for WCS shows just how seriously MCM are taking WCS.
Okay.
Maybe then, maybe.
Anyways, now that we're in the home straight and we're running out of time, we now talk about Cardiff. Now, okay, where do we start? Quite interesting. Right, full disclosure. Me. The majority of people here, me, Dave, Christian, were friends with the former people that used to run the old cosplay act, Costume and Play, and they got taken over by a new group, Dark Cleo, wasn't it?
Yes.
And from my reports, they were not so good. All right, Christian, go.
Let Sophie.
No, you go first, and then Christian, and then Sophie does.
Right. The things I've heard, the things I've.
All right. Let's keep it nice and neutral. I've got a point given to me by a third source, so you can confirm and reconfirm. Hold up, let's bring these points up. It was nicely written out by somebody. So, how many points did we get then? Hold up, let me just. Oh right. Sorry.
I've tried to memorize mine.
No, that's good. It's a great thing. I too have birds. I'm like Varys, though I've got more hair. Where are we? We have 6 interesting points. Right.
You have
Point
6.
1.
Christ.
Yeah, but they were nicely written out. 6. Out of the costume guests, only one of them actually makes their costumes?
Not true. Not true.
Not
Oh?
true.
Even I know that one's not true.
Interesting. All right. Okay, second
I
point.
didn't know who the guests were.
Okay, so one of the costume guests is Holly Rose, who is makes her own costumes. She's excellent. She's a wonderful Riddler costume. If you've seen just wonderfully tailored Riddler suit, and the other one was Michelle. What's her cosplay name? But anyway, she makes her own stuff as well.
Is that Pianata? No, maybe not.
Yeah.
I can't remember it.
Okay,
This is
point-
one that starts with P.
Okay. Point number
Yes.
2. The guests consisted of a group of cosplayers who are good in impunity, don't make their own, only seem to have 2 costumes maximum, an artist who has 3 costumes, and a cosplayer who actually makes his costumes.
I go back to my
I-
previous point.
I don't personally know on that one.
I don't even know who the guests were. Last time I heard, back in the day when it was costume play, it was Rosemary Valentine and someone else. So, I don't know who the guests were, unfortunately.
A bit of a minor point, which I think, costume contest ran 30 minutes late due to the fact they didn't know who was judging the contest or where to seat the costume guests.
I can't vouch for Saturday because I wasn't around for the masquerade. I was busy doing my shopping on the Saturday, but the Sunday ran very, very smoothly. The guests had their own table and they had everyone organised ridiculously quick. And there were no complaints from anyone about Sunday. I don't know about Saturday because I did not watch Saturday's performances.
Oh, then my sources are from the, cause they told me about the Saturday and they said it was very, very, very bad.
Intriguing. Okay. Point number 4.
Well, I've got to say, something cosplay contest running half an hour late.
In the
That's
grand
so-
scheme of things, that's pretty that is pretty mild in the grand scheme of things. Because I remember you being an hour late after one of the MCMs. It was like, there, what the hell happened to Dave? And the convention closes at 6. So yeah.
It's probably me getting distracted in that particular case because you know what I'm like.
Especially your penguin outfit.
Oh, fair enough. Yeah.
Three steps photo sometimes actually, but yes.
Okay. Point number 4, which not exactly cosplay related, but
Oh, we can't
Break it
hear
up.
you.
point VIP guest.
No, still can't hear you.
Okay.
VIP guest passes allow you to go anywhere. Was kicked out of the photo shoot area that was accessible to the general public.
Reread that?
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, what?
VIP guest passes allows you to go anywhere. Was kicked out of the photo shoot area and was accessible to the general public.
Showmasters don't sell VIP passes. Unless they
No.
mean gold passes.
Okay, that's
They have. I mean,
They have
They do.
diamond pass, gold pass, silver pass, and then early entry, and then standard entry.
yeah.
So,
I don't know.
VIP.
I did go into the photo area a little bit. On the Sunday, they obviously all the people that won got a little photo shoot, and there was a room connected to the photo area where people were using it to relax, touch up their makeup, etc., etc., and then they were leaving. It seemed like a lot of people were just using the room to kind of do their makeup, do their costumes, and then leave.
Okay.
I didn't see an issue with the costume. It was also used for the judges to work out, obviously, who was winning.
Pre-judging.
Yeah, for the judging.
Okay. Sorry, just checking. Anyway, point number 5. They had a random member of the community run a panel a guest was meant to do, and he was sat there watching it because he was told he was no longer doing it.
Don't know.
No,
I
So
only, I only watched one panel, and I was involved in said panel for like 5 minutes of it as an extra. But I didn't see any of the other panels, so I wouldn't know about that one.
Okay. Point number 6. Actually, there were more points covered, but yeah, most of the other panels did actually run on time. However, again, they had no idea who was running each panel or any of the guest names.
That's helpful.
Well,
Seeing as
oh, go.
you go first now, because
Okay.
I've got other things to say.
The panels that I did go past, like Holly's panel, and I was involved in one of the panels that happened on the Saturday. They clearly stated their cosplay name, and and there were. I think there was sort of something telling everyone what was going on, but I didn't see that myself. But all of the panelists knew, as far as I knew what time the panels were and what they were and all that.
Okay, hold up. And, oh, yeah. Oh, plus they didn't know the costume entry rules that, that are on their own website. It clearly states that on their website, it must be 70% or more to win, etc. However, they told everyone it was 60% on the day, and it was still saying 70% on the website. Although, I'm actually curious, how the hell do you tell the difference between something that was 70% made to 60% made? That's even more baffling.
Or do you count the items, or the area of fabric, or the time you spent?
Yeah, I would have known this myself, because that sort of baffles me.
I have never understood that one, but
I always have a qualm with their 70% handmade, because it said 70% handmade by either yourself, a friend, or a family. No, it can only be yourself that can make it if you want to enter the competition.
Interesting.
I'd
Friend
agree
or
with that.
family.
I'd agree with that, unless you're in a team when your teammate can make some of it.
Yeah, if you're on if you're on a duo, then you're more than happy to help each other. That's fair game. But when you're a single player, a single person entering, you can't have a friend or a family member help you make your stuff.
Maybe if it was on the kids category, because, well, the child...
There is no kid category because they got rid of us.
They did? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, oh.
It's been renamed the Weebos category.
Oh, here we go again. Oh, bloody hell. I'm going to get so much flack.
They deserve it.
Oh, my God. Oh. Oh, here we go. Plus there was another point. Plus, I quite like this big plus. You had to have a ref picture if you signed up online, and people were signing up on the day weren't asked for one at all. Bit of an irregularity.
Yeah,
Yeah, I read that thing and I didn't like it either.
Yes, that people, there were sign-ups on the day, myself included, but my friend who I had entered with had already pre-registered her costume through a form, and then because we were a duo set, she hadn't told me she was entering. And then she said, "Do you want to enter with me?" And I said yes. And then I wrote down the form and I explained to the cosplay people how much of my stuff was made to not made to, everything. And explained who my character was and wrote it all down. And then handed it in. So I clearly explained everything to them. Some people were just kind of signing up on the day and not saying anything. But I really wanted to just tell them exactly what it was, because that's usually what the MCM rules are like. You have to explain. Okay. So I decided I would explain everything that was made or not made. And
okay, so would you say the prejudging? Have you been prejudged before?
Yes.
Was it consistent with how it was done last time then?
Well, I was prejudged. The only time I've been properly prejudged was when I did 2 of the MCMs. The one at Showmasters, when I did Cardiff, I was chatting to, just explaining at the cosplay desk, asking if, which is kind of like saying, I've made this, I modified this is, blah, 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 blah. And they were like, and then at the cosplay desk, they were like, no, that's totally fine to enter. And I was like, oh, okay. But mine was at least 80% made anyway. So,
good percentage, yeah.
I fit with them with the percentage because everything was I know how much of this I made compared to how much I bought. So
I'm gonna be blunt.
And the other thing is, you've got to remember there are people there, quite possibly, who are, they want to go up on stage, but they're not part of the competition. So
there were a lot. There were a lot of those that just decided they wanted to do it for fun, and just
that's absolutely fine.
and they didn't care about prizes or anything. A lot of them, once they'd been on stage, just walked off and did their shopping. Not many. Only the people that really thought that they
chance.
had entered 4 prizes, sticked around. The rest of them didn't. A lot of them just left. It was really busy up there, and then as soon as the judges went off to, pick their winners, half of the competition had just disappeared.
That's normal. That's one of the things why, certainly at Dragon Con, they do keep you corralled with your Denmark, so that you don't have people so you don't have people wandering off. And for the big competitions, like things like Euro Cosplay, stuff like that, it was exactly the same. They didn't want people wandering off backstage. Does that make sense?
Oh my god! I just got this image of, I don't know, the Queen of Thorns in the back of the room, just sort of keeping everyone in line. I don't know why I thought of the Queen of Thorns. It's just
I
Denmark.
think we're getting
Diana
into
Riggs, so
your
of course.
psychology there, Danny.
She was in Avengers. Anyway, sorry. but anyway, that's all my points. Christian, what did your bird say that I probably missed then? Did I cover it then? Nope.
Their new in-house photographer was rude, and I've obviously seen the pictures of how bad she is. God.
Okay. Play nice, bro. Play nice. Okay.
Can't play nice. You saw how bad they were.
Bad is a subjective term, but
Really?
I'm just looking at the epic picture of me and Jake on the LSCC website here now.
Go on, show off.
Does it have a countdown yet?
Yes. 112 days. We've got 112 days, 10 hours, 28 minutes, and 42 seconds.
Okay, they're doing Dragon Complex. But anyway, let's move Cardiff out of the way. So, you didn't like their official photographers, but surely again that's subjective because there's going to be a ton of other photographers who will evidently take better pictures if you don't agree with how it was done.
Can you say the question again? I was reading something. Sorry.
Yeah. So you didn't like the official photographers, but surely at an event there's going to be other photographers there. Was it Pouncy? He's in every event.
He was at London.
Pouncy was at MCM because Showmasters, since they've kicked Costume Play out, they wanted him to work Cardiff, but they wouldn't pay him like they usually do because they usually use his photos for the website.
God,
but they wouldn't pay him. So they wouldn't pay him to come to Cardiff because he told me, because he came to our hotel room and explained it. And then he's like, yeah, I'm just going to MCM. So yeah, he wasn't happy.
Wow, I didn't know that. Oh, I didn't even know he was paid. Bloody hell. Okay.
Yeah, they paid to use his photos for the website. So, that's why he usually does Cardiff a lot. We've all met him at Cardiff.
Yeah.
When we went back in.
Yeah, we went last year. Yeah.
Was it last year? Christ.
Yeah, it's been a year because again, had they not collided days, I would have actually went back to Cardiff because I would have. I love Cardiff. I would have.
Cardiff is such a nice con, but they just Showmasters decided to kick themselves in the foot and go, "Oh, we're going to have the same weekend as Expo." What an idiot move!
It was quieter because of London.
Yeah, we had loads of Welsh people in London, so I saw most of my Welsh friends because they came up to see me. Well, not me, but we got to hang out a lot. So,
roughly how many numbers you got there? Would you say? Just guesstimate, Sophie.
I don't know.
It's usually around the 6 to 8,000 mark.
Yes, it was the Motor Point, which
was it Motor Point? Yes,
I'd say it was
nice,
more.
But that's about as big as it can get there.
Yeah, I'd say it was more on the lower end. I think if London wasn't on the same weekend, it probably would have been busier. But in a way that did kind of help because you could actually move around for once. The last couple of times I've done Cardiff, it has been packed and not being able to move.
Really? Okay. Did you go? Did you go last year around this time then?
I went to
Last
last
November.
November's. Yes, I was at last November's.
Okay, that's
and-
weird.
Danny, do you remember the argument with the photographer that I had?
Yeah, many not kind words were not said. Well, on your end, anyway. At least.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well, he was
it
douchebag
was,
anyway, so it was fun.
There were a lot of people. The lines, especially on Saturday morning, were going round buildings and various other places. I don't know about the people that bought on the day for their tickets, but the prepaid ticket line was huge, but I was in there within 10 minutes. And I was very far back in the queue. We were round a couple of different buildings and a couple of cafes and all this. And it was ridiculous. But as soon as it hit 11 o'clock, 10 minutes and I was in, they were very efficient
Okay.
with their tickets this time. And the same on the Sunday because we already had wristbands, which I still have mine on.
Oh, you're one of those people that like keeping it on for as long
Yeah,
as possible.
I got to take it off though because for Birmingham MCM I'll get another one. So, and then on the Sunday, I was only in the line for about 10 minutes. I wasn't carrying too much because I was quite grumpy because I was up so early. But it was only 10 minutes, even less. Because all you had to do was just show this, and you could just walk straight in. And then we had to wait on the Saturday. We had to wait for a guy to give us our wristbands, which didn't take too long. But they were very good with the queue. I don't know about the people that paid on the door. I don't know how long they waited, but if you bought prepaid, you got in super fast, which I was very surprised because I was expecting.
better in London.
Time. Yeah, I was expecting to be in that queue for ages, and I wasn't, and that was a major plus, especially on the Saturday. Was in a warm costume, standing outside was not fun, but I got in quite quickly, and yeah, it was good.
I remember Cardiff last year because the weird thing is I was thinking, yeah, this is a big line and all, but again, because I come from London, it's like after,
nothing.
well, yeah, because anything, nothing could be as bad as Earls Court in July in 2014, where
Oh, God.
the line was
Please
stretching
don't
around
mention that.
the building twice. I had, poor Dave here, he didn't even get in.
No, I didn't get in, but I did run around outside just in the penguin underwear shouting at people, which is, a pretty good substitute.
And of
Danny.
course, yo,
Back in that Earl's Court situation, I managed to get Alex in for free.
okay, how so?
Yeah. Basically, I still have my ticket stub on me from that day. I had my wristband, but I still have my ticket stub. So I literally went, Alex, here's my ticket stub to see if you've got a hand stamp or wristband, and they give you one. They walked up to the lady like, yeah, I forgot. I walked past you, forgot to get a stamp. They went stamp, walked in. The queue was like, obviously that was Saturday, and the queue is about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. The queue was still going around Earl's Court 1. That was that horrible Saturday afternoon that we all hated. And then London this year was just as bad, maybe worse.
I think I said in the other show, in the grand scheme of things, it visually looked bad, but subjectively, we actually did get in. I mean, granted, it took about 40 minutes. Yeah.
I just walked for a piece of express.
Yeah, I probably should have joined you, actually. You know what? No, true say, if you actually just waited an hour, the line would have actually died down and you could have actually just walked in. But it was like, if you were there front door, which some people have obviously had to, because obviously they booked photo ops for those famous stars that were there.
For that £175. Yeah, what of it off?
No.
I don't know. That's the reason why I don't do. That's the reason why I don't do guests. It's like it's all tempting. It's like, oh my god, I'm gonna meet Sigourney Weaver, but then you think, oh, that cost 95 quid, and I'm not really meeting her. I'm standing next to her for 15 seconds because that's kind of what happened. Well, no, not even a hug because remember you're not allowed to touch him.
Fake.
Yeah.
Hey, we got a hug from John Barrowman, so...
Yeah, but John Barrowman hugs anyone.
Yes, and we also got the most epic photo ever, me and Jake with John Barrowman.
I remember.
All right, this is totally not related. I cannot accept John
Yes.
Barrowman being evil. He is not
Barrowman.
evil. He is Captain Jack. He is not bloody Raz Al Ghul. I'm sorry, that's a spoiler. And he's
No, he's not Ra's al Ghul. He's Malcolm Merlin.
yeah. Okay, never mind. Forget what I said. But still, I refuse evil John Barrowman. It's doing my no. I can't accept it. John Barrowman.
He is evil.
No, he's not.
I am evil Homer. I am evil Homer.
Sorry.
We're just taking over the podcast.
Sorry. I can't accept evil John Barrowman. I know people have said, no, calm down. He makes a good villain. I think no, I can't accept it. That face does not promote evil.
He can be a bit cheesy at times when he's a bad guy.
Yeah, that's the
but
whole
he's
point.
still
He's
good.
cheesy. He can't be evil. Sorry. Let's get back on the point.
What we're talking about?
Yes, we
God-
have got so
God, if-
far off topic, even by our standards.
Well, we're going to wrap this up soon anyway, since obviously a load of us have got to quickly hit F5 to register for that LSCC and hopefully not be put on the waiting list. But yes.
That's on the
So,
waiting list.
Sophie, in your humble opinion, Cardiff was not diabolically bad.
No. Compared to the other times I've gone, this was actually my favourite time. The other times I've gone, I've just been there, got some stuff, hung out, and then usually, as bad as it sounds, the car always breaks down just as we're about to leave. But that happens between me and my friends. We've called it the Cardiff curse. But
The Cardiff curse.
Yeah.
Okay.
How did it compare to MCM Birmingham?
oh, I
That's a good
actually
one.
had a better time at Cardiff than Birmingham.
Oh, right.
Interesting.
Because I really enjoyed Birmingham.
I enjoyed Birmingham. I did find that there was just so many people. It was just so warm. Just couldn't
That's conventions all over the world,
yeah,
though.
go anywhere.
Apart
And
from
I
Dragon Con, where they have air conditioning that works. Sorry.
Yeah,
I'll just
and
stop.
And free
spent
water
a lot-
available everywhere.
And I spent a lot of time with my
Good,
friends, and I had fun with my friends and stuff at Birmingham. But it was just very busy, and I spent a lot of the convention outside of the convention.
Wait, you can go outside in Birmingham?
Yeah, they got that little courtyard there.
Yeah, there's a
Oh,
court-
okay. Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah,
Yeah.
because it's like whenever I think about going outside of the convention, I think of MCM. Well, not anymore MCM London since. Oh, wait, this is the Berlin Wall. Anyway, sorry.
But no, Cardiff was actually much better. I think it may have been because there were less people, or I managed to pick up some really good merch finds when I was there. Assassin's Creed stuff mostly, but
I approve.
yeah, they had some good deals on their AC stuff. It was excellent. I don't know. There was the short queues. The cosplay area upstairs was really nice.
Yeah, the cosplay area up. Yeah, stairs. The rather small little room, despite the fact that the guest panel, they had a nice big functional stage, which was used to, funny enough, hold all the participants while waiting, so that we could just think to ourselves, gee, why are we using that stage? Sorry, go on.
Yeah, they and everything. I know, especially on the Sunday, the masquerade went very smoothly, so that was very good. But no, it was very chilled out. It was very relaxed. There was no need to get anywhere in a rush. And it was just fun. It was just a lot of. I don't know how to explain it. The atmosphere was really nice. Everyone was really nice. Even the people that were not attending the con and were wandering around outside, or the people in the shopping centre, were very nice. Even if you're stood in the lift dressed as the
I'm gonna be brutally honest. That's one of the reasons why I want to go to Cardiff again. It's just because it is in the town centre that
Yeah.
you could just go. Yeah, because originally I was going to take the four assassins to Cardiff, and I thought that would have been cool if me and my four assassins were going to walk around the shopping mall, and that would have been epic. Of course, that was not to be, and we ended up taking the four assassins to Birmingham, and then eventually to Manchester, where we had a right old wicked act, which I'm going to upload on YouTube because that was hilarious. Anyway, sorry.
That was so much fun. Act.
Yeah, it was. I don't know. It was very chilled out. Lines ran smoothly. As far as I know, the panels went smoothly. Well, the one I was in went fine anyway. as I can't vouch for the masquerade on the Saturday because I didn't attend. I was too busy shopping. But the masquerade on Sunday ran very smoothly, and you know, I have heard about all the stuff that happened with costume and play because one of my friends who was in the judging obviously was very close with costume and play, so we were getting information coming through. So it does suck what happened, I will admit. But as far as I know, the Dark Leo guys did do their job well. I didn't have an issue with them.
According to my source, yeah. So,
I
yes.
can't vouch for everyone. I don't know all of the. Hold on, sorry, there's another call coming through. I can't vouch for everybody who's on every single side of what's going on, but from what I heard and got through, everything was. When I was there, anyway, everything was fine. Whether in the background things were going on, I don't know.
Okay.
But
were you around?
I'll find out next week.
Anyway, sorry. So Sophie, you were around. So you were around the last Cardiff, like last year at this time in November, right?
I was at last November's. Me and a bunch of friends just did a Doctor Who group for that one. Yeah.
And so, how would you compare costume and play to the new group? Would you say the new group at least matched what costume and play did, or they?
Well, that would have been Anime League that time last year, though.
Yeah.
No, it was costume and play last year.
Yeah.
The one thing is, when I did last year, I didn't really do any of the masquerades, any of the panels,
fair
or
enough,
anything.
so.
I didn't chat to any of the costume and play guys last year because it was just me and two friends that went, and none of us were interested in doing the panels or the show or anything. So we didn't spend a lot of time up in the cosplay section this time. It was mostly because we had friends that were involved with the whole change around of costume and play to the Dark Leo guys this time, that we were sort of more involved with what was going on. But last year I don't know how things went. I mean, I know that they were at Cardiff. No, not Cardiff. Collectomania. Did Costume and Play do? They did the Collectomania, didn't they?
Yeah, they did.
I was there for that, and I was chatting with Costume and Play for that one, and everything seemed perfectly fine there. Because one of my friends entered the masquerades on both days for Collectomania, and that went okay. The panels were really good as well when I was there. So I can compare them. I can compare the Dark Leo guys to Collectomania, like from Cardiff to Collectomania, but I don't know about last year. So I didn't really.
So how would you compare from your last experience from costume and play to the new panel then? Because again, you were there, so obviously.
Yeah, Costume and Play did really well at Collectomania. I will give them that. They did fantastic. And I'm sure if they had done Cardiff, they would have done just as well, because they always seem to do just as well. But as far as I know, the Dark Leo guys did have things organised. I didn't really hear of anything going wrong. I heard something about Saturday's Masquerade, but because I didn't enter, I don't know anything about it.
Okay then. Christian, did you hear anything about what happened on Saturday then?
I heard it was a complete direct from my source, but that was
So no details other than it was.
It was badly organised. I'm assuming, was that the one that was half an hour late?
Well, again, I probably should have
Half
asked.
an hour late is nothing. That's
No.
so common. It's forget.
Dare I say it's masquerade time? Because before I used
Exactly.
to be in the fighting game community, and we used to call it tournament standard time. But so I guess we'll just call it masquerade time then.
It's better than Valve time. If anyone knows that reference.
Half-Life 3. That's going to be released soon.
Valve can't count to 3. I've decided.
Hoverboards will be out by the time. The cure for the common cold.
But yeah, Danny, that video I sent you the other day, that was the Saturday Masquerade.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Oh, yeah.
where you couldn't actually understand the word the announcer was saying.
I'm gonna have to admit, audio.
You're going quiet
Can't
again.
hear you.
Sorry.
How ironic that was.
Yeah.
Yeah. As I was saying, I bet you any money.
It's done it again.
As I was,
It's done it again.
damn it! I'm gonna blame Skype because it definitely is not my setup. My setup is.
I think somebody's trying to stop you from talking.
They're being hacked.
Templars are coming.
Probably is. Anyway, as I was saying, you've just been up for.
It's done it again.
Technical difficulties. They make for amusing podcasts.
BBC.
What was I saying? Oh yeah, audio was like what's happening now. They've plagued everything because it was like at EGX last year, not this year. Poor Jake was trying to do a panel on acting and I couldn't hear him, despite the fact that I was only sitting like barely 30 yards away. So,
I think at EGX we actually ditched the mics and just started projecting at one stage because the sound wasn't that great there, which is unfortunate because they got the ECG qualifier there, and without going into details here, I don't know if I'm going to do it yet, but I've already written an act for it and it's kind of wordy, so that might make life difficult.
I saw the videos when Kenny did his act and it appeared to be legible. So
Okay, well that was but that was a year after as well. Remember, entirely new venue, entirely new stuff. So
And it wasn't Earl's Court.
no, this is
Birmingham MCM.
Yeah,
And
Birmingham
it's-
MCM.
Yeah, NEC. NEC. NEC.
Yep, the National Exhibition Centre,
Alright.
I don't know
Nick,
if I'm going to do the ECG qualified, but I think it'd be fun to try. You know what I mean?
There were too many of these big contests. I lose track. I mean, we got this WC. There's too much of alphabets as spaghetti. We got the
I
WCS,
like this.
the LSCC Championship, the World Cosplay Masters, the WM. Yeah, I can't even say the acronyms now. Bloody hell.
Well, we can forget about LSCC Championship.
Yeah, we can forget about LFCC Championship,
Yeah.
Yeah, that did it.
Because you won't get anything for that.
and it's London. They ain't got one in London.
Oh, no, they said they're going to be back in London. They promised.
But they got a new team, so I don't see it happening.
Okay, this show is over. It's like, yep, we're 4 minutes to the end, and we have managed to stay mostly on topic, so we can conclude. MCM wasn't murder or worse unless you were under 16 and you were crowded into a room and you got beaten up in the Novotel.
Jumping into the Thames.
And jumped in the Thames.
That too. Cardiff. Apparently it wasn't that bad, and the new group. No, they do know their stuff apparently. So.
Well, you gotta wait till you hear back from me next Saturday.
Oh bloody hell, Christian!
Where are you going next Saturday, Christian?
It's Brighton Comic Con, and I was supposed to be guesting, and now we've been kicked off. So
It's coming out all now. Come on.
fun times.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, because obviously as Costume Play, we were doing our panels next weekend, and then we got kicked off like 2 weeks before. So yeah, and we kind of want to know who they've replaced us with. So that'd be fun to see.
All right, so you'll have first-hand experience then. Okay, I guess I'll have to throw you on the show again. Bloody hell! You've already beaten the record of after Dave. You're actually beating the record of the most numerous guests. What do you call something after a hat trick?
I don't know.
+1.
Okay, hat trick plus
Or
one.
just 4.
All right, that'll do. But anyway, yes, we're just 2 minutes towards the time limit. This is the end. I was your host, Danny Huang. I hope you enjoyed the show. Thank you very much, Sophie Harbour.
Thank you for having me on. Anytime.
Oh, excellent. Thank you very much, Mr. Penguin.
Anything for a bit more fame.
Thank you very much, Renly.
You're welcome.
Oh, is that a shadow
I
behind
hate
you?
it. time. This is why I don't cosplay Renly anymore.
Why are you coming on a show if you're Renly with two assassins? I mean, you're just asking for trouble there.
I don't cosplay as Renly anymore. I retired that.
Okay. Any